Hello and good day, dear students. Thank you very much for joining me on YouTube channel. On behalf of Institute of Freelancing, I welcome you all. And today's topic is very interesting for all of you, for all of those who are interested in learning freelancing, and either they are doing freelancing or either they are interested to join this field. A dream comes true when you apply for the jobs and you get the job. Interesting. Yes, that is quite obvious. We get excited in. And that's how actually this whole thing works on. You apply for different jobs on the Upwork, and occasionally there are chances that out of 10 jobs you applied, there's a possibility that you might, based on your profile and your portfolio and your experience, you have a possibility and probability of getting one success chance. But in certain cases, a situation comes when a job comes, but you have to reject that job. That is something today's topic is, that how to politely reject a job for all the freelancers so that your client should not mind it, and what are those reasons you are going to reject that is something are today's topics. So let's get into this. First, let me log in. After getting login, let me tell you what exactly is the process. Okay, so here we go. Now you can see there's an offer that I received from a job, and I haven't applied for this job. Actually, this is something Upwork sent me an invitation for applying against this job because that is very much relevant to me. And the quite obvious case is that once you received an recommendation from the Upwork that this is something we are going to recommend. So usually it doesn't cost you anything. It doesn't cost you any connect. So by default, you always go for applying for against this job. So usually what happened is that you receive a kind of an email upon your Gmail account. So let me go through this first. Let me tell you that when I received this first invitation, that was something like this: curate, find, select, and comment on online resources for 500 online courses. That was something I received. That this is something, a job invitation for the interview. Or curate means you have to somehow create, or you have to correct it up. What 500 online courses, and you have to find, select, and comment. Actually fail to understand what does this mean. So it's better for all the times to come for you to go for this first and go for the details first. Moreover, it's a fixed price job, and the estimated budget for this project was $50. So I initially thought that we need an instructional designer, professor, or the expert to curate, find, select, and comment online resources, videos, blogs, articles, PDF blogs, and things like this. I just thought that this client is looking for something who is having expertise in as an instructional designer. Then he has to be a kind of expert level, because he's looking for some professor or expert to curate, find, and select. And then I then I relate this to the estimated budget. Then I thought, no, I should not have been applying because it's not relating to what the estimate budget is saying. So still, what I've done is that I straight away go to this submit proposal, and I applied for this job. And instantly, within a couple of hours, I actually received the reply from this client that the original message from the client was Andres, and I received, this was something which I sent as a proposal, as a cover letter. And then I put up a request to him that you need to, I believe that you should, we should have a details contact first. So I just do not want to go into the details, and neither I just do not want to go for the client details. And that was just a good learning curve, that what has happened. And you can curate multiple courses. We will pay $50 for each course curated, right? So that is something upon this detail. They sent me a budget, whereas I applied at least on $50 plus 20% of the charges, and amount in escrow was $25, and this was sent me by the client. And I replied in a very polite way, thanks for the details, but I wanted to know your topics first, that what are those 500 courses which you have. And interesting, based as a long list details, but I just do not want to go into that details first. So that is something I received, and that's how actually I approached this client, and I received that. And when I contacted back to him, they said, no, you have to create everything. The 500 is a long list of courses. Then it gets back to me, because no way on living earth that you want me to create an online course in which I have to find the topic, I have to create the content for that topic, and then I have to come up with the output as well in the SCORM format for the LMS. So that is insane. That is totally not acceptable. And then I refuse. I'm sorry. Here you can see. I'm sorry. Actually, the first email sent by the Upwork, it was not clear. Moreover, as I have to do multiple things and are not coping up with the price tags you are offering, so things like this. All right. This $50 to $60 means my 2 to 3 hours time, whereas it's by any standard, by any means, I'm unable to finish this up in 2 to 3 hours, this complete work. So my assumption that was that being an instructional designer, it's a job that I have to find, select, and just comment. So as this is not what you thought, so the things went wrong, and he said, I understand your background is more aligned to the other project, and this is the budget, and he didn't send me any of the details of that project, and neither a link. So it's a time that I should go and I should refuse that. No, it's by any standard, this is not what I should be looking for and I should be applying for. So the amount which he sent me in the escrow, that should have been diverted back to the client. And that is what the lesson learned today, that as soon as you apply for any job, you need to be very careful before accepting this whole thing first. Uh, I'm not saying the client is sometimes is unreasonable. No, not at all. But it happens that client also do not have an idea, about the projects and the details, and they do not compare this with the effort or with the time which you are actually portraying. So let me click on this, and this is something with a very hard things. I'm going to decline this offer because it's not what I was looking for. So as soon as you decline the offer, this actually asked by Upwork that what exactly is the reason. And you have multiple reasons to suggest. One is the payment terms and different than the agreed, and project cancel or change, too busy, and client already hired me, and client stopped responding, spam offer, offer made in error, or the other. When you select other, you must have to message to the client. So that means very politely you can just send him a message. Hi, thanks for your offer, and uh, as to pay and the payment you made upfront, right? But somehow this is not in line with uh, my field, so I would request you to please. Thanks. And that's how you actually reply to decline offer, and so that it should not be an odd reply to the others, right? So that's how you actually the amount which he sent to in the escrow, that will be reverted back to the client, and that's how this whole process goes on, right? So dear students, that's how professionally and technically we should be handling the projects. So this was the topic of today. So thanks a lot for joining me today's session. So in case of any further query, you can join my Institute of Freelancing channel, or you can just send me the message for the consultancy, and that will be the free for all of you students. Thanks a lot. Bye bye.